Messages from the Senate.
Message from the Senate. Winkler moved that Rule 1.15, Paragraph C, relating to disposition of Senate files be suspended for the purpose of taking the message from the Senate relating to House File number 3217.
Representative Winkler.
Madam Speaker, members, this is to suspend the 12-hour rule for Senate messages. It will allow us to immediately take up a bill which passed the Senate unanimously for avian flu funding.
Any discussion on the Winkler motion? Representative Dowd.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. I would support that motion. Obviously, this is an important bill, and I know we have a member who is a turkey grower and was impacted by this back in 2015 that'll speak about the importance of it, but it's very timely, and I'd ask members to support the motion to suspend the rules.
All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Those opposed, please say no. The motion prevails.
Message from the Senate. Madam Speaker, I hereby announce the passage by the Senate of the following House file herewith returned as amended by the Senate, in which amendments the concurrence of the House is respectfully requested. House File number 3217, an act relating to agriculture. The message is signed Cal R. Ludeman, Secretary of the Senate. Cleavorn moves that the House concur in the Senate amendments to House File number 3217 and that the bill be repassed as amended by the Senate.
I recognize the author of the bill, Representative Cleavorn, to explain the Senate amendments.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members. Excuse me, Madam Speaker and members. The bill that is before us is House File 3217, which was the Rural Helpline Privacy Bill. The Senate has added an amendment, which is very important, for us to address in a short-term way the highly pathogenic avian influenza outbreak that has come to our state. It is to send $1 million to the Minnesota Department of Agriculture and to help the Minnesota Board of Animal Health deal with the emergency that is before us in dealing with this highly pathogenic avian influenza. Madam Speaker, that's the bill before us, and I urge a green vote.
Discussion to the Cleavorn motion to concur in the Senate amendments. Any discussion on the Cleavorn motion? The member from Candy Ojai, Representative Baker.
Madam Speaker, if I may, I'd like to yield to Representative Burkle. I see he was up on first. I wasn't sure if he was going to speak. May I do that? Let him go first.
The member from, oh boy, Representative Burkle, this might be your first outing on the House floor, is it? The member from Roseau, Representative Burkle.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. As a former turkey grower who experienced high-path avian influenza in 2015, I just want to address what's going on the ground with our growers in the state. But also to remind everyone that this virus is affecting not only commercial turkey farms and layer facilities, but backyard flocks and upland game farms. The virus is different this time, and the need and the urgency is greater, and it's critical that we get this done before we leave for Easter recess here. The money we're talking about is $1 million. It'll buy us a couple of weeks for testing materials, equipment, and to help some of the counties and local government units out with workforce issues they're dealing with right now. So while Minnesota farmers are doing everything they can to prevent the spread with their biosecurity plans and working closely with their veterinarians, this is what we can do here today on the floor to get this done. And I ask you to support this. Thank you.
The member from Candy Ojai, Representative Baker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for allowing us to do that. And again, I just a little bit more detail. I was here on the House floor in 2015, and right now, folks, we've got a different kind of a flu attacking our poultry around the state of Minnesota. Both Representative Burkle and I were on the phone earlier this week with some folks. We've actually got the equipment in the field that helps euthanize the birds that are sick, so we are more humane in trying to get them down. What's different this year is we don't know when they're popping up because it's different patterns. The weather is different than it was this year than it was back in 2015. It's colder and the foaming machines don't work the same. We also have a real difference in worker shortages to help run these machines out in the farm. So our growers, our processors, our folks in the industry need everything we can do, and I'm just grateful for the support of the Department of Ag. Commissioner Peterson has been great to work with every single day, and I appreciate also supporting the Senate amendment to buy us some time to make sure that the federal rules that are still kind of evolving to give us more clarity to our local farmers. We are there to back that up with this amendment. So with that, members, I do appreciate a green vote on the amendment as well. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The member from Pope, Representative Anderson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. You know, as Representative Burkle was speaking, as a fellow farmer, but I don't raise turkeys or poultry. It's hard to imagine the stress that these producers are under, getting up in the morning and going out checking their barns and flocks and praying and hoping that they're still eating and drinking and don't have the virus. So I thank all the members for coming together to get this emergency funding passed. That has got to be our top priority today, and I think it will be. But then when we come back as well, to make sure that we do all we can to support the poultry industry here in Minnesota. It is the top turkey producing state in the country. So again, thank you, members, and I encourage a green vote.
The member from Lyon, Representative Spudzinski.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And members, just to the members of the public that are out watching, one of the things to keep in mind is, although this is a deadly disease to poultry, it does not affect humans. So don't feel that you have to cut turkey or poultry back from your diets at home. This is a disease that does affect birds, but does not affect people. So feel free to have that backyard barbecue, enjoy some turkey sausage or even turkey bacon, and those eggs are just fine as well. So thank you.
Any further discussion on the Cleavorn motion to concur in the Senate amendments? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, please say no. The motion prevails. The clerk will give the bill its third reading as amended by the Senate.
Third reading, House File Number 3217, as amended by the Senate.
Third reading as amended by the Senate. Discussion to the bill. Any further discussion to the bill? The member from Hennepin, Representative Cleavorn.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I just want to say thank you to the Democratic members and the representative members for coming together and working on this important legislation to serve all of the members of our state of Minnesota. Thank you. I urge a green vote.
Seeing no further discussion, the clerk will take the roll on the bill. Members, please vote. Will the chief clerk please call the names of the members who have not yet voted?
Berg. Berg.
Berg, aye.
Berg, aye. Carlson.
Carlson, aye.
Carlson, aye. Edelson. Edelson. Gomez. Gomez. Gruenhagen.
Gruenhagen, aye.
Gruenhagen, aye. Haley.
Haley, aye.
Haley, aye.
Haley, aye.
Hamilton.
Hamilton, aye.
Hamilton, aye. Hassan. Hassan. Hausman.
Hausman, aye.
Hausman, aye. Hertas.
Hertas, aye.
Hertas, aye. Mariani.
Mariani, aye.
Mariani, aye. Marquardt. Marquardt, aye. McDonald.
McDonald, aye.
McDonald, aye. Noor.
Noor, aye.
Noor, aye. O'Neill.
O'Neill, aye.
O'Neill, aye. Pinto.
Pinto, aye.
Pinto, aye. Thompson.
Thompson, aye.
Thompson, aye. Erdahl.
Erdahl, aye.
Erdahl, aye. Zhang Jie. Zhang Jie. Edelson. Edelson, aye. Gomez. Gomez. Hassan.
The clerk will close the roll. There being 129 ayes and 1 no, the bill is passed as amended by the Senate and its title agreed to.